Hello everyone. Hi, this is Alok Ojha. Welcome to StudyIQ IAS English. We are going through the classroom series. And today's topic of discussion, as you can see on the board, is Vellore Mutiny, which took place in 1806, and Barrackpur Mutiny of 1824. It's a short session of 15 to 25 minutes maximum. But here we are going to understand what were the major reasons for Vellore Mutiny. My friends, those who are new to the platform, I have already covered ancient India, medieval India, and modern Indian history as a part of YouTube. This is how I go in the paid classes, and this is 20% of how I go in the paid classes, wherein we study the things in quite depth and detail. By now, I have covered many topics, specifically of the classroom series, such as the arrival of Europeans, Portuguese, English East India Company, Dutch East India Company, French East India Company, Anglo-Carnatic Wars, Battle of Plassey, Battle of Buxar. Apart from that, important charter acts, land revenue system, important governor generals such as Warren Hastings and his policy of ring fence or security cell, Lord Wellesley, Lord Dalhousie, and so on. Now, revolt of 1857, before we understand that, in the further coming sessions, let's understand about the Vellore Mutiny of 1806, which took place approximately 50 to 51 years before revolt of 1857. And it can be considered as the first mutiny, or raising the voice for the independence for the first time. Now, Vellore Fort, it is actually constructed by the rulers of Vijayanagar dynasty. And in the coming years, it had become the base for the Madras Regiment of the British Indian Army. And this regiment was being commanded specifically by Colonel John Fancourt. At this particular point of time, here, John Cradock and Lord Hodown, they passed few orders so that the soldierly appearance of the soldiers could come out. So there were certain dress regulations that were being made. Like for example, Hindus cannot apply caste marks. Muslims cannot wear the holy cap or the turban. Apart from this, everyone compulsorily need to shave their chin and mustaches. So we were being felt that, or the soldiers at that time were feeling that forcefully they are getting Christianized. I'll give you a small example. We had seen Charter Act 1813. 7 years after the Vellore Mutiny, Charter Act 1813 was passed. And one of the clauses of Charter Act 1813 was Christian missionaries were allowed to come in India and preach Christianity. My friends, preaching, propagating religion is a different thing. And forcing them on the people is a different thing. When we will study about the revolt of 1857, we'll try and understand one important aspect, that what were the major causes for revolt of 1857? One such cause was Britishers had implemented Religious Disabilities Act. As per this act, a person who has not accepted Christianity or not converted into Christianity, he cannot inherit his ancestral property. So, in simple words, this is nothing but forceful conversion into Christianity. Similarly, here the soldiers felt that they are getting forcefully Christianized. On top of this, John Cradock, he passed another law. And what was that? He said that specifically every soldier has to wear a round hat. And that hat was made up of the hides of cow and pig. Cow is sacred to Hindus, and pig is considered taboo among Muslims. So precisely speaking, it was taken as a kind of a, like we are getting Christianized first thing, or second major aspect, we people were being purposely humiliated by the Britishers. On 10th July 1806, field parade was being planned of the entire Madras garrison. And at that time, John Fancourt, he has asked all the soldiers of Madras Regiment that everyone tonight would be staying in the Vellore Fort. Because next day we have a field parade in the midnight, or 2 hours after the midnight. It is said that The soldiers, they started a rampage. They started killing the British commanding officer. The commanding officer, Colonel Francois, was being killed. 15 other military officers were being killed. 100 European soldiers were being killed. And at that time, somehow, Major Coops, he escaped from the Vellore fort and he moved to the region of Arcot. Okay, prior to this, many of the soldiers had revolted against this dress regulation that was being brought by the Britishers. In fact, these people were taken from Vellore to Fort St. George and 90 lashes were given, or 90 lashes, a kind of a punishment was given to them. So now soldiers, they turned a bit of violent. This person, Major Coops, he escapes from the region of Vellore. He goes to Arcot and 9 hours later, another force comes from the region of Arcot and they follow a very brutal policy of suppression now. Meanwhile, the flag of Union Jack comes down and the royal flag of Tipu Sultan was being hoisted. And in fact, the revolt was being led by one of the sons of Tipu Sultan, whose name was Fateh Haidar. Finally, the movement was being crushed. Many of them were being blown. Many of them were being shot. Many of them were being hanged to death. This episode in the history of modern India is referred as Vellore Mutiny of 1806, which took place during the time of Sir George Barlow. So George Barlow, he was the Governor General of Bengal at that time when the Vellore Mutiny took place. Similarly, my friends, there is another important mutiny which took place in 1824 and is referred as Barakpur Mutiny. Now, what is Barakpur Mutiny all about? This mutiny, it actually took place during the time of Lord Amherst. Like, I'll give you a small example. Burma was following a policy of expansionism. And when Burma was following a policy of expansionism, initially it wanted to occupy the region of Siam. Siam basically means Thailand. But Thailand was a very good friend of China. So Burma dropped this plan. And now Burma, it is planning to move towards the region of India. And they had underestimated the power of English East India Company. Burma initially was successful in capturing the region of Manipur and certain parts of Assam. And now they had a plan to move towards the region of Bengal. At that time, Lord Amherst, he dispatched the forces by land route as well as sea route. My friends, please mind my words, land route as well as sea route. You'll understand its significance. Okay. And finally, Burma was being defeated. Burma had to give back the territories that they had conquered. Burma had to pay a war indemnity as a part of a treaty, which is referred as Treaty of Yandabu. Yandabu, it's the name of a village which is located in the region of Burma. Okay. So specifically, after this, there was a mutiny which is called as Barakpur Mutiny of 1824. So Barakpur Mutiny, the major reason was what? As discussed right now, that Lord Amherst, he had dispatched the forces by land route as well as sea route. And at that time, there were many Hindus who considered crossing the sea means losing the caste. It was considered as Kala Pani. And at that time, majority of the soldiers at that time revolted. And they revolted under the leadership of Baba Binda. It is said that the movement was being suppressed by Sir Edward Peggott. More than 200 soldiers were being killed. And Baba Binda was hanged to a peepal tree. Today the place where Baba Binda ji was hanged, today stands there a temple referred as Baba Binda Mandir, dedicated to the deity Lord Hanuman. And this episode in the history of modern India is referred as Barakpur Mutiny of 1824. So my friends, Vellore Mutiny of 1806, which took place during the time of Sir George Barlow, and Barakpur Mutiny of 1824, which took place during the time of Lord Amherst, are the precursors to revolt of 1857. So the battleground for the revolt of 1857 was also prepared now. Hope so in this short video, you understood about the Vellore Mutiny and the Barakpur Mutiny. Clear? My friends, in the coming session, again a 15 to 20 minutes video would be there, or 25 minutes maximum video, wherein I would be discussing about the development of education system in India. Like Warren Hastings' contribution for Calcutta Madarsa or Madarsa Aliyah. Then what is Anglicist Orientalist controversy? What were the major recommendations of Sir Charles Wood, also referred as Wood's Dispatch, which is also called as Magna Carta of English education in India. Okay, this would be discussed in the further coming session. My friends, as a part of Deepavali Utsav sale, StudyIQ IAS English has come up specifically with huge offers. And here, target year 2027. Resolution GS Foundation P2I October morning batch. The batches are available in English, Hindi and English. So there's a separate batch for English medium, which will cater to the needs of the students precisely from Southern India and Northeastern India. Okay, everything would be taught to you in a strategic manner. Initially, everything, basics would be covered. Economic basics, polity basics, history basics, wherein the major aspects such as the NCRT, Tamil Nadu State Board books would be inculcated. In the coming lectures, we will be moving towards the advanced stage for the 2027 batch. Similarly, the FastTrack batch is available for 2026 and the prices are starting for 7499. FastTrack batch 2026. Okay? And 2027 batch specifically, the price is 18,999. So use the code Alok Live that is flashing on your screen to get the benefits of these batches as a part of Diwali Utsav sale. With this, I'll stop my words for the day. See you guys. Thank you and have a wonderful day. Bye-bye.